Yo, what's up, guys? In this episode, in this video, I just quickly wanted to kind of explain my thought process behind visualizing. Now, if you watched the previous video, then you would have realized that to change your identity or to make any lasting changes, visualization is one of the most important things you can do. Why not use logic? Why not use rational brain? Why not use the right side of our brain to change our beliefs? You might ask. And the reason being, rationality is like a subsystem within like the imagination kind of thing. So you have to understand there's like a part of you that already does this. We don't have to newly acquire any skill. The thing is, you already have a skill. That's why we have a belief, and we have a belief that we don't like. The thing is, we have the skill, but the skill is like working on autopilot right now. So, how do you command the skill to do what you want, to create the beliefs you want, rather than it creating beliefs based on its automatic programming? And to do that, the way that we even create beliefs is by visualizing. You might have noticed, at least for me, anytime before making my lunch or dinner, there's always like a visualization that happens within me in a very unconscious way. As in, I'll have a craving, then I'll be like, oh, I want to eat something nice today. And like a and like lentils will like pop up in my head. Like it's called rajma. Rajma will pop up and I'll be like, oh my god, you know what? I'm gonna like cook rajma. I'll have that thought for a while. And then, you know what? I'm cooking rajma. Well, now, the problem is visualizing happens whether you're doing it consciously or unconsciously. Now, the real question is, what are you visualizing about? Are you visualizing about positive things or negative things? If you're visualizing about negative things, you'll get more negative things. Visualizing about positive things, you'll get more positive things. Now, I faced a big problem, a challenge during this entire process. And the challenge being, I'm good at visualizing, but not good at visualizing a picture that captures an emotion. As in, I can recognize pictures that have emotion in it. I could, if you show me an art, we'll be soon looking at art. If you show me an art, I'll be like, yeah, this kind of feels, moody. This kind of feels like something I would be looking at when I'm sipping coffee and during a rainy day or something like that. It captures a vibe. I can recognize vibes, but it's very hard for me to visualize a picture that already has a vibe in it. So the solution being mood board. Now, mood board is something artists use to capture a mood, and what that basically means is you have a small template with a collage of pictures, a selected number of pictures in it that has a particular vibe or an aesthetic that you're going for. Now, this is like my mood board. So let's look at it right here. Oh, so for me, I wanted to create a mood board on healing. So when I look at healing, like if you look at all these pictures right here that I'm scrolling through, they all for me capture a vibe of a very serene, healing energy. Healing energy. And looking at these pictures, if you notice, most of these are like animated Japanese animation and something like that, which will help, is just what I personally like. I personally love this kind of aesthetic. Like this, I love this picture because it helps me visualize how to feel and helps me visualize like a ball of light if I did want to coming and healing me or going for like a certain aesthetic. If you noticed, all of these pictures have a certain aesthetic within them, which is like a healing energy, a moment of beauty, and they all encompass nature to some extent, right? Like this, walking in a forest, or this, going on a boat, and yeah. If I also have one for productivity, so this is all my this is all what I personally like. This is a anime called Solo Leveling, and so it all has some deeper meaning to me, and I like this aesthetic a lot. For me, it this these images for me captures a sense of warrior energy, a motivation, you know, uh, a kind of a vibe of, oh, I'm gonna like do this and no one's gonna stop me. And for me, all of this captures a very particular aesthetic of being productive. And so when I when I look at this, it helps me visualize what it feels like to be productive. So when you're asking me, Prem, how do I visualize to be productive? It's very hard for me to just visualize. If I could do that, I would have done that long time ago. However, if you can't visualize, then you go to Pinterest, which has a lot of pictures in it, and there you visualize. There you find pictures that resonates with you in some way, where you feel like you want to be productive. You find pictures that captures that energy that you personally resonate with, and then collect it. This application is called Google Keep, which is you probably have it as well. So you can just create a new label and then put it within the Google Keep. And with these pictures, if I just look at them and if I visualize me being productive, it kind of captures the energy that I want to visualize. And what your inner belief does, it kind of always tries to recalibrate whatever you're putting your attention to. So, so this is going a little bit deeper. The reason the visualizing is even working in the first place is because of love, basically. Love is because of an attachment. How do I put it? So when you're practicing love, okay, whatever you place your attention to, you love it. Whatever you place attention plus time to, you love it even more. Think of a dog, okay. How do you show love to a dog? You give it your attention. Yeah. How do you also show love to your dog? You spend more time with it. I'm talking about a more unconditional, nurturing kind of love here. Um, Similarly, how do you nurture something positive within you? You kind of give it attention. You give that part of you more attention, spend more time with it. And what your beliefs does, it kind of always keeps recalibrating with whatever you love. You might think, Prem, but I hate stuff intensely. Sure, you probably hate something very intensely, but hate also is a consequence because you love something so much in your imagination. You're following me. In your imagination, there's something you really love, and right now you don't have it, which is why, or whatever you're looking at is kind of opposite to it, so you really hate it. You have to understand the duality. The reason visualization works is whatever you place your attention to, you automatically love it. And what visualization does is you're using your imagination to cultivate the part of you that you want to integrate within yourself. And the more time you spend with that part of you, your inner beliefs automatically recalibrate. And how do you test this? How do you know your visualization actually worked or not? Actions. So let's say a situation arises. How are you now responding to this new situation? Are you responding the same old way or are you responding differently? This really is the litmus test of whether your visualization worked or not. If a stimulus comes but your response is even little bit different to it, you won. Something is working. Even if the stimulus comes and you're now more mindful of the stimulus, thinking, oh my god, there's a stimulus now and I'm gonna act in this very predictable way. Even that awareness is one step forward. So that's about this video. This is how you use mood boards to visualize. If you guys have any doubts, comments, share, whatever. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.